Hey everyone, it's Emily here, and I am doing something that I don't do a whole lot, and that's a book haul. Because I picked up a lot of books in April that I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And kind of in March, it's kind of like a March-April book haul, because some of these books I'm like, I don't really remember when I got them. So, yeah. And this is in no particular order, it's just in the order that I have them in my pile stacked up. I'm just going to go from the top of the pile to the bottom of the pile. So this is actually my most recent pickup, and that is Blade Bound by Chloe Neal. And this is the final book in the Chicagoland Vampire series. It's number 13. And guys, like I'm already this much of the way through it. I just got it yesterday. And like, it's really good. I'm already like kind of an emotional mess because I don't want this series to end. And I know there's going to be a spin-off, but you know, spin-offs are hardly ever as good as the original. And so I'm just like, no, you can't be over. And so, like, I'm getting through it fast just because it's a fast read, but I'm trying to like space out my time in between reading sessions because I want it to just last as long as it possibly can. And basically, if you don't know, I've been gushing over the Chicagoland Vampires for over a year now, and I just binged like the whole series last year. And basically it's about Merritt, and she is a grad student studying English literature, and she ends up getting attacked by a vampire one night, and she becomes a vampire, and the series covers the first year and a half-ish of her life as a vampire, and it's freaking awesome. I have a video about Chicagoland Vampires, and I will link it up here for you guys somewhere. Then there is The Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller, and I got this in my Owl Crate in March, so I guess it's one of my March books. And it looks really cute. It basically seems like it's a YA version of Pirates of the Caribbean, and the main character is like a Jack Sparrow type of character. And so, you know, pirates and fantasy, and I really, literally know nothing else about the book, but I've heard nothing but good things, and I'm excited about it. Then we have Winter Song by S.J. Jones, and I've already read this book. I read it almost as soon as I picked it up, like maybe like a few days later. And I am familiar with S.J. Jones, or JJ. She is one of the hosts of the podcast Publishing Call, and I'm totally obsessed with it, and so I was really excited to read her book. This is a YA, well, it's more of like a new adult book, but with YA crossover appeal, and it is a retelling of Labyrinth. And it's basically about this I think she's about 19 or 20 years old, and her name is Liesel, and her sister is taken by the Goblin King, and in exchange for her sister's life, Liesel offers herself to be the wife of the Goblin King. If you want my full thoughts on it, I will link my beginning of April wrap-up for you, so you can hear my full thoughts. The next book is another book I've already read, and that is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. I originally checked this book out from the library, and I had a pre-order from the library like months in advance because I wanted to be sure that I got it as soon as possible. And I gave it 5 stars. It was incredible. It's so important. I know everyone's been gushing and raving about this book. It's so good. It's a YA contemporary inspired by the Black Lives Matters movement, and it is about this girl named Star, and she witnesses one of her childhood friends being shot by a police officer, and this is all about the aftermath of that, and it's so much more. I will link my discussion about this book for you so you can hear my full thoughts, but basically I loved it so much I wanted to get my own copy, so basically a couple days after I finished the book, I had a Barnes & Noble coupons, I went on the Barnes & Noble website, and a couple days later it was on my doorstep. Then we have another book I've already finished, and that is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Another one where if you want my full thoughts, I will link it up here for you if you want to see them. And yeah, I am completely obsessed with Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and so of course I had to get The Upside of Unrequited, which is a companion novel to it, but you don't have to read the 2 books in order. And this is about a girl named Molly and how she has had 26 crushes, but she has never done anything about them. And she's never had a boyfriend, and her twin sister gets a girlfriend and is like, hey, we need to get you a boyfriend. And this is kind of all of the things that happen with that, and it's just wonderful, and you need to read it. It's so great. I read it in a day, and I cried, and I laughed, and I cried, and I laughed, and it was wonderful. And we have Given to the Sea by Mindy McGinnis. I did get this book started, but then once I picked up Blade Bound, I was like, I have to read Blade Bound. So as soon as I'm done with Blade Bound, I'm going to get back to Given to the Sea. And this is Mindy McGinnis' first fantasy book, and it is about this kingdom where in order to save their land, they give I guess it's a family line, and their daughters always walk into the sea. Like, they are possessed, and they start dancing, and they dance into the sea, and that is how they preserve their land. And this is about one of those young women, and it's the first in a duology. And that's pretty much all I know about it, and I'm pretty excited to really dig into this story and focus on it. And we have A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which V.E. Schwab started her YouTube channel again. I haven't watched her videos yet, but I'm super excited because her advice on Twitter when she talks about writing is so helpful and encouraging. I'm excited to get to it. But anyway, this is the final installment in the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I haven't read it yet. It's going to be a big chunk of a book. I'm really excited to just dig into it. I will say, I always tell people that, like, I enjoy the Shades of Magic series. It's not my favorite. I think I really enjoyed Vicious a lot more, but I do enjoy this series, and I am excited to see how it turns out, because I remember I did like the second book more than the first book, so I'm sure I'm going to like the third book even more. And I finally got a copy of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and holy cow, look how shiny this book is. It's so shiny. It's so shiny. Like, I opened up the box, and I was all, holy crap, I'm blinded. I'm blinded. But in a really good way, because it's pretty shiny. And it's just shiny. I'm sorry, it makes me, I want to start singing Moana when I see this book, because I'm like, it's so shiny. Sorry, I'm done. Anyway, this is another book I literally know nothing about, but Laini Taylor is amazing. And so I'm like, fantasy, Laini Taylor, of course I'm going to buy the book. And I've heard nothing but good things so far. Like, everyone I've heard talking about it, I haven't heard much about the plot, but everyone has been like, oh my gosh, Emily, you're going to love it. It's beautiful and fabulous, and I can't wait to get to it. So hopefully I will be reading this book soon. The final book I purchased is Storm in a Teacup by Emmy Mears, and this is an urban fantasy about a woman named Alea Storm, I believe is how you say her name, and she fights demons, but she also works in PR during the day, and I kind of like urban fantasy that kind of deal with, like, everyday life, but also paranormal stuff, and so I'm just excited. It looks like a fun read. There you go. Oh, they're falling. Oh, can I get them? Can I get them all? Can I get them all? Okay, they're falling. Those are all the books I got. Thanks for watching. Bye.